In this video, I'm going to explain how to produce your own canvas for your own business idea. The canvas is a graphic tool that we use to develop and really kind of take a broad overview look at the business model. And one question you might have right away is, what is the difference between a business model and a business plan? Basically, a business model is kind of a bird's eye view of how a business will deliver value and make money and be a profitable firm. Whereas a business plan gets into all the little nitty gritty steps of this is everything I need to do to start my business, and it's kind of a roadmap. And that's from a startup perspective. Existing businesses also have business plans, but before you really get into business plans, I think it's very effective to step back and look at and think about overall the business model. And to do that, we're going to use the canvas. So I've gone to the website for the business model canvas, canvanizer.com, and I have provided a link directly to this website in Moodle for you. But once you pull up the website, we're just going to go through a few quick steps. Canvassing is something you have to do on your own. It's not something that can be done for you. So this video is really meant to be an instructional tool to kind of walk you through the elements of the canvas so that you have a better understanding of the purpose of each of the blocks. Please utilize the other tools provided. There's a direction sheet on step-by-step which order to work the canvas. There's examples of well-known companies being dissected on the canvas, as well as a rubric for your project so that you know exactly how you're going to be graded. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to click right here where it says create your own canvas. And the company that does this, they actually have several different templates to work on. We are going to go into the business category. And we want to do the first one over here, the business model canvas. Okay, so all it's asking for here is for me to name my canvas. I would like you to please name yours last name, whatever your last name is, underscore, first initial. And then please provide your HCC email address so that it will basically email you a link to your canvas so if you want to continue to work on it. So whatever your HCC email address is at haywood.edu. And then click, you'll have to click the I'm not a robot thing there. And it just wants you to it'll ask you to perform some tasks to show that you're a real person. Here it says select all squares with street signs, so we're going to do that one, and that one. Verify, and it says, yay, you're not a robot. And then click on the Start Canvassing button. So this is what the canvas looks like. It's a series of squares. In the Canvanizer, you can actually click and type in them. I've also provided kind of a Word version of this if you want to print it out at home and use a good old pencil and just kind of brainstorm and go through. But here I have set up a canvas, and when I named the canvas, I named it my last name underscore and my first initial, and I had it sent to my email, which is why it's showing my email there. And where you always want to start in the canvas is right here in the middle, value proposition. Everything on the canvas comes back to this main block, and they're all kind of interconnected. And when you watch the video on the business model canvas explained, you hear the lady with a really cool accent, and she takes you through each of the different areas, and when you pay attention to the order that she's going in, you'll notice she references the value proposition a lot. You can also click on this little question mark, and it'll kind of guide you a little bit. To me, these guides aren't that much help, but they are there. Instead, please use the reference sheet provided for you in Moodle. So the first question should be, what is value proposition, and then what is the value proposition of my business? Value proposition is basically the thing you are selling that makes people want to buy from you. So if you say, you know, oh, I am a potter and I sell pottery that I make, your value proposition is not pottery. Your value proposition is why someone should buy your pottery instead of someone else's pottery. So in this example, we're going to do something we can all kind of relate to, and that's going to say, I'm going to say that we are a sock manufacturer, and we make a variety of socks, athletic socks, fashionable socks, special medical socks, any kind of socks that you can think of. We produce them at our manufacturing facility. So my value proposition would be, why should people buy from us? So I'm going to double click, and it pops up this little thing that kind of, in my opinion, looks like a sticky note. And what I'm going to put here are all the things that I can think of that are value propositions for my firm. So what is my firm selling besides the actual product? What value am I selling when I sell my socks? And I'm going to say expertise, variety. I'm an established brand. Maybe this isn't a startup. I don't know. I'm making this up as I go, so bear with me. But there might be a something about my location that's valuable to people that buy from me. It could be a variety of things. But value proposition is kind of that intrinsic value, maybe, or that unspoken value that is obtained by them buying from you instead of your competitor. Okay, I want you to pretend that there is a magical kind of line down the middle, and I tend to think of this as the right side of the canvas and this as the left side of the canvas. The right side of the canvas being external to the company, so dealing with your customers and how you move products around and how money comes into the business, things outside the business. The left side is more internal to the business, things that go on kind of behind closed doors in the main office type situation. Okay, so let's work the right side of the canvas first. We're going to jump from value proposition all the way over here to the outside to customer segments. So customer segments is not necessarily target market, because target market is something you discuss in the business plan. We're more of a bird's eye view at this point. So customer segments just kind of says, who are my main groups, my main types of customers that I may sell to. So the first one obviously would be wholesalers in general, or excuse me, I'm a wholesaler. Retailers in general. These might be, your department stores, etc., etc. I'm also going to say maybe, and I can do another sticky note if you want to divide them out that way. Sporting goods stores. Maybe we also have, we might be a manufacturer, but maybe we do private labeling for others, which means basically Tommy Hilfiger could come to us and say, hey, I want you to make some socks, and slap the Tommy Hilfiger label on them. And we say, sure. That's referred to as private labeling. So we might do that for, I'm going to put for existing brands. And let's say those are our three types of customers. I don't want to get too overly complicated. Because I'm a manufacturer, I do not sell directly to the general public. Okay? All right. So the next question needs to become, how do I deliver this value to these people? And I do that through my channels. So I'm going to come down here, and I'm going to say the main way that I deliver this value is going to be multifaceted, because you have your obvious distribution channels that you put your product through. So maybe like a wholesale network. Maybe there's a trade show. Maybe there is actual shipping of the product. So let's go over here. Let's see, how would I deliver my expertise? Let's say through assigning customer accounts. So if I'm a customer dealing with this stock company, I always talk to Sherry, and Sherry is my person, and that's who I go to anytime I have questions, etc. So you need to kind of constantly be trying to connect these two things, and you're going to do that through the channels. Okay, and in doing so, in order to deliver this value to these people using these channels, you need to be cognizant of the type of customer relationships that you need to develop. So here, I think we need to develop relationships of consistency, trust, what other things? Let's see. Timeliness. Or rather, let's say time. We need to be time sensitive to matters. Maybe we need to be flexible and in reference to our policies for returns and that sort of thing. You need to spend some time thinking about this. Again, I'm making this up as I produce this video, so bear with me. But we should already begin to see this whole right side of the canvas connecting. So this is the value I'm creating in having my business. I am delivering this value to these groups of people. I do that through these channels, and in that process I need to be sure I develop these types of customer relationships and that the conditions for these types of relationships exist. Okay, and then that leaves me with revenue streams, which is the last piece of the puzzle on the right side of the canvas. Revenue streams are the different streams of money coming into the business. So I'm a manufacturing facility, and I have basically, I bring money in through wholesale accounts, right? When I sell to these stores that then turn around and put my socks in their store. You can word it whatever way it makes sense to you. This is really kind of a brainstorming process anyway. And then, if you, for example, if you had maybe an e-commerce site or something, you might want to mention something like that. Just try not to double dip. One that is another obvious one that's not what we think of right away when we think of, but would be other, let's see, how do I want to say this? Maybe commercial real estate. So let's say that our company, we manufacture in this huge building, but we only use half the building, and we lease the other half of the building to a medical supply company. And because we own the building, they pay us rent. Well, that is a revenue stream for our company. So revenue streams are the different ways in which income is coming into the business. And it's not, I sell athletic socks, I sell, fashion socks, I sell medical socks. No, that's not what we're talking about. Revenue streams would be the different ways in which you make money. You make money by selling socks to wholesalers, by collecting rent from the guy next door in the business you own. Maybe you also make money from hosting trade shows. Maybe that's a revenue stream for you, etc., etc. Okay, so that concludes the right side of the canvas. Let's move over to the left side. The left side is very much the mirror image. It's just more internal to the company instead of external. So we're going to jump to the outside, and we're going to look at key partners. It goes back to value proposition. So if this is the value that we are creating and trying to deliver to our customers, who could you not do that without? Who is kind of a lifeline for you? Maybe your accountant, maybe your lawyer, maybe your industry representative, maybe your supplier of raw materials, or suppliers in this case. I'm sure they have more than one. But these key partners are kind of the people that really you could not be in business without. These are not people that work for you. These are people that are partners to the company, that kind of work in tandem with you. Okay, so you have to have these people, sure, but what things do you have to have? What things, if you didn't have the resource, could you not create and deliver value to customers and be in business? So I'm going to say my employees are a huge resource. I'm going to say local government. So maybe the mayor of the town that I have my, well, a local government could be a key partner too. Let's move that one over. I think that's better suited there. One reason I love the Canvas, you can move stuff around if in your brainstorm you realize it might go somewhere else. Employees are not a partner. They are a resource of the company. Let's say all of our looms and equipment can't make socks if you don't have the machinery to make it. And let's see, one other one, another key resource we couldn't do without to make socks. How about raw materials in general? Okay. And then we've got in this upper quadrant key activities. So again, it all comes back to value. I'm trying to create and deliver value to my customers over here. I need these people to do it. I need these resources to do it. This is more on the operational side. What are the activities or the actual things I get up and perform and do every day that I could not do without, I couldn't go without it. If I didn't do these things, I wouldn't be able to deliver my value. So I wouldn't be able to deliver expertise, variety, an established brand, location. So in order to do that, again, there's the obvious, like manufacturing of socks, right? But there's other, oh, nope, I don't want it to be blue. There we go. There's other things that the business does, such as we have to make sure we hire great people, right? If we aren't hiring great people and we don't have a good HR department and we aren't keeping the great people we have, how can we deliver the value of expertise? Excuse me, that was an email coming in. I've yet to figure out how to turn that off. But if I don't hire great people and have an HR department that takes good care of the employees we do have, we know our employees are a key resource, but we have to go through the activity of taking good care of our people so that we can deliver the value of expertise to our customers. How do we ensure we have variety? Maybe global research, right? We always have boots on the ground in other countries, seeing what trends are coming up. Maybe we have the key activity, maybe we do our own scientific research on new fibers and that sort of thing. So, you know, and you may do something here that says, wait a minute, that's another value, is cutting edge fiber technology. I have no idea. Okay. Don't forget, the more you write up here, the more it's going to kind of push the screen down. So don't forget to come down here and do our last little block on the left side of the canvas. And that is cost structure. So just like on the right side of the canvas, when you do all these things, you get money coming in. When you deliver value to customers, you get money coming into the business. Well, when you go over here to the left side and you work with your accountant or your lawyer or your industry rep, or you buy raw materials and you go out and you do these activities and you use these resources, all of those things cost money. So down here, we want to think about the different areas in which money goes out. I kind of wish, since this is called revenue streams, I kind of wish this was called like cost streams, or, you know, rivers flowing in, rivers flowing out, however you want to think of it. But so where do we spend the money? We spend the most money on employees and benefits, right? On raw materials, on equipment purchases and maintenance, on Marketing. Oh gosh, wait a minute. I'm spending money on marketing, but I haven't actually done any marketing. That's an activity, isn't it? Let me go back up here. Love the canvas. You can always add to it. And so on and so forth. And keep going in these circular patterns until you're happy with what you have. If you need to move something around, move it around. If you need to put something back, put it back. This area down here at the bottom is just a brainstorming space. You can put stuff in here. You know, you can make reminders to yourself. It doesn't matter, that you don't have to do anything there. This line right here represents the end of the canvas. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 blocks all in all. And if you look at the rubric for your project, you will see that you are expected to write an analysis of the canvas. Basically, if someone just looks at a canvas, they see what's on the canvas, but they might not connect the dots. So you have to write an analysis that connects the dots and tells the story of your canvas. In doing so, you should come up with 11 paragraphs. And I picked that number because you need an introductory paragraph, a paragraph for each of the 9 building blocks, and then a closing paragraph. Okay. All of the information on how your project will be graded is laid out in the rubric in Moodle, so please be sure you go back and do that. Now that I'm done with my canvas, I'm going to go over here and I want to make sure that I've saved it as requested. If not, if you messed up typing that in, like if you noticed earlier I spelled initial wrong, I think I left the N out and I changed it. To do that, go over here to Canvas settings and you can fix it and make sure everything's okay. Then you want to go up here to Share Canvas, and when you do that, it gives you a lot of different ways that you can share the canvas. We are going to select Get Canvas Links, and here it gives you 2 options. And what it is giving me is a way to what they call share canvas links, and essentially your canvas kind of stays its own little website out there, but you would have to know how to get to it. And I don't magically have that link or that email because when you put in the email address, it was emailing that information to you so that you would have a backup. So what I'm looking for when you click on Share Canvas and then Share Canvas Links is this right here, the read-only version. Okay, so this is the link that I'm looking for. This is how I will go take a look at your canvas. Please don't send me the editable version because I don't want to accidentally click on something and mess it up. Send me the read-only. So you can highlight that and copy, paste, however you want to do it. Control C is copy, Control V is paste, but you know your computer better than I do. But just copy this link and then simply go to the Word document that you're typing your analysis in, and at the very top line you need to put in this link. So if I were going to go start typing my analysis, I would look something like this. So I'm in my Word document. I'm going to paste that link over there. When I hit enter, it becomes a link, so that what's going to happen is when you send it to me, I can then click on it, it'll take me to your canvas. And then I want to read your analysis, okay? And formatting, there's no super specific type. Just get right into it. If you would prefer to do a cover page is fine. When I say 1 to 2 pages, I'm looking for 1 to 2 pages of content. So however you want to put your name on it, Sam Smith, and then a canvas analysis for ABC Sock Company, whatever your company name is, right? And then you come down here and you just start typing your analysis, and you can go back here and you can make it pretty, whatever you want to do. Okay. I'm not super hung up on formatting for this assignment. What I'm looking for is that I can get to your canvas. I need to know who the student is. I need to know your name. And then I want to see an 11 paragraph analysis of the canvas itself. I want you to show me that you understand how all these little blocks connect. Okay? That sums up an instructional video on how to get started on your canvas. Also, please keep in mind there are a ton of resources in Moodle for this project. This is not something you can wait for till the last minute, so please be sure you get a jump start. Thanks and have a great day.